Hello there, thanks a lot for coming by PosterCentral.com's video blog today. I'm Pete Howard, and on the same poster you've got Rock and Roll Hall of Famer Etta James and Blues Hall of Famer Little Junior Parker. Wow, together in the spring of 1964, and I got a couple of posters to show you from the Pacific Northwest, and in this case, Seattle, Washington. Now this is interesting, it's 14 by 22 is the standard size, but this is a bit oversized by Tillman at 16 by 24 inches and even a little bit bigger than that. And it is made by Tillman, the predominant poster printing company on the West Coast in the 1950s and 1960s. And I have probably blogged 50 Tillmans up to this point. Now interestingly, the first thing you might notice is the color scheme. I have no idea what happened on this poster with Tillman's split fountain coloring system. Usually there's 3 colors progressing, and here the middle color just went missing, didn't it? Yep, it just goes from green to nothing to yellow. And I think I can safely say I've simply never seen this before. You know, something's either split fountain or it isn't, or has a solid background, but it's just funny. I suppose they could always argue the middle color is white, you know, and there really is 3 colors, but it's very unusual. And you know, it's still very catchy in its own way. A lot of people might have stopped and talked about that, and you can be sure it did not affect the sale of even 1 ticket. So it is a tour blank, and up there at the top, as you can see, it does say Encore Ballroom in Seattle, Washington, Friday, June 5th, from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. And then you've got Etta, bathed in her green, if you will, and with 3 song titles. I'll get a little closer, you can see them. Look Who's Blue was the B-side to her current single. Why they didn't put the A-side, I would have no idea. Then you've got Pushover, a well-known song that was top 10 R&B in 1963, the previous year. And then even better known is the last song title for Etta, Something's Got a Hold on Me, without the apostrophe S, top 5 R&B hit the year before that, in 1962. Then you've got Little Junior Parker, and boy, what a pedigree he has, or had, I should say. Wow, just amazing right there in the middle without the color. He was in Howlin' Wolf's band in the late 1940s. Then he played with B.B. King and Bobby Blue Bland, and then recorded at Sun Records under Sam Phillips and put a song into the top 5 of the R&B charts. Then all he did was cut Mystery Train, for heaven's sake, with Elvis, which Elvis Presley picked up for his 5th and final Sun single. And then Parker toured with Johnny Ace in 1953 and 54 before Ace met his untimely design. So just amazing. Parker also put out his own records, and his most recent single is listed here on the poster. In fact, they give the A and the B side. That would be Strange Things Happening and I'm Gonna Stop. And then the other 2 song titles are hits from Parker's past. You've got Driving Wheel, which was top 5 R&B in 1961, and Next Time You See Me, top 10 R&B from back in the 50s, 1957. And rounding out the poster, you do have Joe Hinton, a soul singer from Clarksdale, Mississippi. A little bit more on him in a moment. But first, what's really nice is, as I said, this is a tour blank. This is consistent. This has changed every date. And I've got one from the very next night to show you. That doesn't happen often. That's so fun. So we go from Friday, June 5 of 1964 to Saturday, June 6th of 1964. Look at that. The same concert poster without the coloring. Isn't that interesting? I'll show you the venue information so you can see the Saturday, June 6th. As they went over the border up to Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, and the suburb there of New Westminster. And the very odd venue to most of us in America, because the famous Hollywood Bowl is in Los Angeles, but this one was up in Canada. But what's weird is the split fountain coloring is all gone. It's just, as you can see, just beige, but it's not beige coloring. The beige it was white board once upon a time, and that is just, you know, fading from sunlight or tube lights. And so finally, the same tour the next year, this is the trick up my sleeve. This is the really fun and funny one. Okay, so for this one, we go into 1965, and as I said, the same tour, 8 months later, same venue, by the way, as the last one, the Hollywood Bowl in New Westminster, British Columbia, Canada. But look what happened, the headliners switched places. Wow, how unusual is that? Parker's on top now with just the 2 hit records from his past, no current single thing. And then Etta is second billed with 2 different song titles. And actually one of them is an old hit. All I Could Do Is Cry was number 2 R&B in 1960, and notice they have it as All I Can Do Is Cry, but it was a past tense hit, not a current one. Now what's fun about this is I can say something neat about Joe Hinton. See how it just says funny there? Well, that was actually Willie Nelson's song, Funny How Time Slips Away, and Hinton killed with it. He did really well. In 1964, Cashbox magazine's R&B chart had it as #1 for a whole month. Billboard didn't have their R&B chart in 1964, so just called funny on the poster, but it's funny how time slips away. And then look at that, speaking of funny, Miss Dakota. I don't know what that's all about. I mean, anybody's guess really, because North Dakota was like 1,500 miles away from Vancouver, and in the dead of winter so far to the north, not exactly, bathing suit weather. So I don't know what Miss Dakota was, but it's the music that matters. A couple of Hall of Famers and Etta James and Little Junior Parker. So just really fun, great stuff. Thanks a lot for dropping by today. Have a nice day or evening, and we'll see you next time for something soon. Bye-bye.